For this next segment, we're going to look at how to create a budget to meet your set goals. With your financial goals now in mind, it's time to move on to the next step, and that's creating a budget to meet the goals that you have set. Now you might ask, what is a budget? Well, a budget is an estimate of income and expenses for a set period. And budgeting is the process of creating a plan to spend your money. This spending plan is called a budget. Creating the spending plan allows you to decide in advance whether you will have enough money to do the things you need to do or would like to do. Budgeting is simply balancing your expenses with your income. Budgeting encourages cautious spending and disciplined saving. Now, there are tips that we're going to share with you. And the first one is, when you are budgeting, print out the last 2 or 3 month statements from your credit and debit cards and categorize every expense. By discovering patterns in your spending habits, you will most often be able to save. Secondly, every month is different. Some months you'll have to budget for things like back-to-school supplies or routine car maintenance. Other months, you'll be saving for things like vacations, birthdays, and holidays. Regardless of the occasion, make sure you prepare for those expenses in the budget. Don't let these special occasions sneak up on you. Hint, hint, Christmas is still in December again this year. Be sure to adjust your budget each month as things change. Number 3, start with the most important categories first. Giving and saving are at the top of the list, and then comes the 4 walls: food, shelter and utilities, basic clothing, and transportation. Once your true necessities are taken care of, you can fill in the rest of the categories in your budget. Tip number 4, always pay off your debt. If you have debt, paying it off needs to be top of your priority. Tip number 5, don't be afraid to trim the budget. It might be time for some budget cuts in your life. If things are tight right now, you can save money quickly by cutting out Netflix and DSTV and dining out less. Remember, your budget cuts are only temporary. You can always make adjustments later down the road when things improve. Tip number 6, make a schedule and stick to it. While you're making the budget part of your monthly routine, why not pick specific dates for other expenses? Set up auto drafts out of your checking account to pay for bills and buy your groceries on a set date every week, once or twice a month. When you know what to expect and when to expect it, it takes a lot of stress and potential pitfalls out of the picture. Tip number 7, track your progress. It's important to check your progress from time to time. If you're married, track your spending and purchases together so that both of you keep your goals in sight. Look back at your earlier budgets to see how far you've come, and don't forget to celebrate the small wins. Every milestone counts. Before you budget, you must be able to determine your net income. Net income is the money left over after all deductions such as employee taxes, your medical aid, your provident fund have been removed. Your income must incorporate all sources of income, including income from other sources such as grants, child support, or selling of goods. You need to determine all your expenses. So expenses are anything that causes you to spend money, such as rent, water, or lights. Once you determine your income and expenses, create a table. On your left, have a list of all the income you receive, and on the right, a list of your expenses. For illustration, we will use a salary of 7,597 rands. You would list this figure under income on the left. On your right, let's say your expenses are as follows: rent, 2,000 rands, transport, 4,000, cell phone, 500, credit card, 100 rands, food 2,000 rands, entertainment 2,000 rands. This would bring your total income to 7,597 rands and your total expenses to 7,000 rands. Now, the difference between your income and expenses sits at 597 rands. This shows that you're within budget and you can use a portion of this for your savings. The main purpose of a budget is to plan, organize, track, and improve your financial situation. In other words, from controlling your spending to consistently saving and investing a portion of your income, a budget helps you stay on course in pursuit of your long-term financial goals. Like any type of exercise, budgeting is hard work, and it takes consistency over a long period of time to see real results. A wise man once said to me, "Do not live a champagne life on a beer budget." So if all you can afford right now is beer, stick to beer. A time will come when you can afford champagne. In the next segment, we will look at the importance of assessing your budget.